Hey, welcome back, YouTube. It's another week ended, and I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Just like the video said, it's going to be one of those days where we just go through what exactly happened throughout this week and see and prepare for next week. You guys know what happens whenever it's the first week of a new month. I do nothing because of how volatile the market usually is, and I mean, you'll see, for example, why I don't usually take trades during this time. So, for instance, let's look at NAS. I mean, I trade NAS, and I've been doing a lot of work, trying to refine my system. And one thing I've learned and I've, implemented into my system is I no longer take trades on the 1 minute anymore because I've come to learn that it's too aggressive. And majority of the times, I have my bias correct, but I'm trying to pick lows and pick highs, and it's usually not very optimal. So I'm now taking trades more on the 15 minutes and maybe on the 5 minutes. So for instance, let's look at from Monday. Let's draw a chart. So from Monday to Friday, this was the market range, right? So the structure of how NAS was looking was bearish. But if we look at how the market has been moving from 3 months, we've been bullish. We've been bullish on NAS on the 3 months, we've been bullish on the 1 month, and one might argue that we are overbought actually, but we are bullish, right? So we have to follow what price is saying. So if we're bullish, then on the weekly, we're bullish as well. So one thing I noticed was why was price running down into this other block and then rejecting because we're having a rejection here. I noticed this candle over here. Let me take out this vertical line. I noticed this rejection over here and then this rejection coming on from this week. So I'm expecting next week to maybe have like an expansion, taking out this buy side over here. We'll look at DXY, which gave me like the confirmation to why I'm actually telling you guys this thing. So on the daily, it's still bearish, but one thing I spotted out fast was the inversion fair value gap we have here. Inversion fair value gaps are something I also added to my system because it works so well. I can make a different video explaining why it works so well and how to spot good inversions because there are good inversions and there are bad inversions depending on what you're looking at. So first things first, we have liquidity being cleared over here, and then price closed above this inversion over here. Looking at, let's draw back our vertical line. Looking at this week, which started from first, okay. Looking at this week that started from first, I first of all saw price cleared out this liquidity on Tuesday, and then Wednesday it closed above this inversion fair value gap. One thing about inversion fair value gaps is this: whenever price closes above them, I use them as like a market structure shift, and then I look for liquidity sweeps after the market structure shifts. So let's look at Wednesday, since that was when price closed above. So price closed above here, right? This is when it closed. After this liquidity sweep, any market structure shift I see after then, I could go on long there. So I could have gone long here, and I could have gone long here as well after 9:30. So 9:30 would have cleared out the liquidity, then giving me a new setup over here. But all these are just on hindsight because I don't take trades around NFP week because it's too unpredictable. But if I did take a trade, this would have been the setup I took, and then my target would have been that buy side over there. But anyway, as you can see, the unpredictability of these markets are just too high in the NFP week. So moving over to DXY and why I actually want to see price continue moving higher on NAS is because we have been bearish on DXY. Currently, we are stuck in a range, but if you look at how the candlestick structure has been forming, We've been rejecting off this high, making swing highs. So we made a swing high over here. This low, this low, this high, this low, this low, this high, this low, this low, this high. So every single thing is rejecting off of this this auto block over here. Do you understand? So moving over to the daily, what I want to see from next week, I want to see price, or I want to see maybe price from next week to upper week close below this low, and then I'll be bullish on NAS very well. But depending on how we trade after CPI, because we have CPI next week, we have CPI on the 8th to 12th. So we have CPI by Thursday. So depending on how we trade after CPI, then I'll be sure on where I want to actually like put my leg on the market. But before this high impact news, I usually just don't do anything. We also have FOMC upper week, which is on the 17th. So we have to be careful. I usually just wait till price has like shown its hand before I do anything. Usually during this time is more manipulated because market has like news events and big investors are waiting for those news events to come out before they do what they want to do. So during this time is more of like just manipulation, and then I don't want to take part, with it. So that's just my insight and my 2% on the market. And I mean, your traders or your mentors can have a different say, but this is what I see. And yeah, I think that'll be all for now. Though it's really nice coming back to talk to you guys. And until I talk to you guys next time, stay safe.